Hey guys, what's good? So we haven't done a Johnny Somali video in quite some time because honestly, keeping up with all of this guy's antics has been a little bit difficult whilst also trying to do other things on my YouTube channel. He's been making a fool of himself on train still. He has still been disrespecting Korea. He's been saying all sorts of crazy things. We all knew that he wasn't telling the truth when he was apologizing to the Koreans. We knew that he was going to continue disrespecting their culture, and wherever he goes, the guy's going to disrespect. So there's been so much that's been going on. I'm sure you guys have seen it covered all over the internet, but I didn't know that this conversation was going to take place. Now, this guy is Johnny Somali's former moderator. So basically worked for Johnny Somali. And this is a 2 hour interview. Now, I'm not going to include all of the interview in here, just the most relevant parts, so it's easily digestible for you guys. But I'm going to be giving you my opinions because some of you have been asking me, what's your thoughts on what's been going on? It's been maybe a week or two since I've spoken about Johnny Somali, and God knows I hate this guy. So I'm gonna watch this over, and anything that I find relevant will be in the video, and I'll be giving you my thoughts on it. I've heard that Legal Mindset didn't go too hard on this guy, which is probably the right course of action because you want to get as much information out of him as possible. But I'm not Legal Mindset. You guys know that I'll give you my honest opinion on the situation. I can already tell you that no matter what this guy says, he was Johnny Somali's moderator for however long that was. I'm not entirely sure. I imagine it was for some time because he entrusted him to be a moderator. So that already puts you in my scumbag tier list. It's great that he's coming forward with information now, but Johnny's done so many terrible things for the time that he's been a streamer that for you to be a moderator for him for any amount of time, I'm going to have to look at you sideways. So we'll see what this guy has to say. I'll give you my honest opinions on everything he says, and we'll just go from there.
I'm Fabarius. I was a head mod of Johnny until some things happened, of course.
Mhm.
Didn't always agree with the content he was making.
Mhm.
I saw potential. He's an easy talker, had charisma, but not for the good, sadly.
Mhm.
Just out of curiosity, at what point did you see potential that he was going to turn into something good? There's been no point of Johnny Somali's career where you would look at him and be like, yeah, this guy's got potential. Potential to land himself in prison or worse. Potential to piss everybody else and drag everybody else's names through the mud that are associated with him. At what point did you see potential that Johnny Somali was going to be a good investment for you? Like, already this interview is off to a big L.
Because a lot of people, they say like, Johnny, come to Brazil, come to Mexico. So you're saying he was in Colombia, but he couldn't stream because he would have been in some trouble.
It was not more that he would be in trouble because he was in Colombia and they knew his name. It was more like the area he was. It isn't safe to stream in Colombia in general. Like they steal your phone. They're not playing around. Any third world country basically, and has a poor area. If you stream with your phone, they're just gonna take your phone and beat you up.
So this is what I was saying to people because obviously you guys know that I've got Colombian family. I was saying, why doesn't he go over to Colombia and see how that goes for him? And I'm not surprised to hear that. Johnny is getting away with his bullshit in particular places. He probably won't go back there. He certainly won't go to Brazil. People saying, oh, show up in India and see what happens. He's not going to go to India and do these things. Johnny Somali is picking his locations. Now, he went to Colombia, he probably looked around and said, oh, we fucked around, now we're about to find out. And he left. And he went over to Korea, which is, the people over there are obviously not going to do the same things that you might find in Colombia. Listen, like I said, I got a Colombian family. They've already told me you go to Colombia and mess around, shit's gonna hit the fan for you real quick. So he at least had some common sense on that level because we've seen YouTubers and Kick streamers and Twitch streamers go over to Colombia or Haiti or some Latin countries or just places in the world they should not be messing around, and some of them don't make it back. Like these guys don't mess around. I'm not gonna go over there and start disrespect. I'm not gonna go to anyone's country and start disrespecting them, let alone go over there.
We had the Discord server, the Johnny Somali 1 server, as we call it.
Johnny Somali 1, so there's more than one.
Yeah, we called it JS1, Johnny Somali 1. His best friend, IRL friend Trell, was running the server. He created it. And he tried to sell it at some point.
Sell the Discord.
Yeah, he also leaked a porn video of Johnny in that Discord that some people have saved, for example.
Imagine having friends like that. Good lord, man. This guy's existence is absolutely laughable. Your own... I mean, first of all, what was your friend doing with that in the first place? We've had enough leaks on the internet of people do you know what? This video is not about Destiny. We'll just keep it to Johnny Somali. But you gotta have some real special friends to be doing that shit to you, man.
Someone said he was making like $1,000 a stream. Is that about accurate, or is it less than that?
I ran it down a few times on Power Chat he was using. It was around 700 a day.
If he's being annoying, if he's doing nuisance streaming stuff, if he's okay, it's about $700 to be annoying.
$700 a day. Do you know what? I'm not even mad at Johnny Somali at this point. On that particular point, I mean, he's an idiot. But the people donating to him, the people watching that vermin walk around, do that to people, and then lining his pockets, you people are the scum of the earth. You people are imbeciles. Your parents must be ashamed of you. I'd wager to bet you probably weren't even raised with parents. You were probably raised in some back alley by wolves. Maybe that's being too kind to you, actually. That's being insulting to wolves. I've heard they're pretty good at raising their cubs. You people are terrible. Absolute $700 a day. A day. To what? Disturb the peace. You guys really donated to him to watch him disturb the peace like that. You know, sometimes you see these things in movies, like you guys have watched the Batman and you see people in the Riddler's chat egging him on, and you're like, it's so exaggerated. I don't think it is. I think fiction and reality are just merging slowly. Not that I'm comparing Johnny Somali to the Riddler. The Riddler's like intelligent. Johnny Somali's a goofball, but the fact that people would donate to Johnny at that amount is... I'm almost at a loss for words. I'm stumbling over my words right now. I can't believe people out there are that stupid.
You're not doing live streaming.
I'm not. Fab, end stream. Fab, end stream. Fab, you know what to do. Fab, end. Fab.
So that you saw that clip right there, right?
Yes.
So that was in Lotte World. So he's saying Fab in stream, Fab, you know what to do. Had you guys talked about this beforehand? Were you like, look, if I get in trouble, we're gonna do XYZ?
Yeah, the thing is, I work a full-time job, of course, and there's
just for context before this guy goes, when they were in that place, Johnny Somali had pedophilic messages playing out in front of children. That place is like, I think, like a fun fair place, or a place that people take their children or youngsters are there, and he's got pedophilic messages playing out. So, like, how long are you... Like, if I was this guy's moderator, okay, let's say Earth2 Mike, stupid Mike, is over there being the moderator for Johnny Somali, in my infinite wisdom. A day into the Korea stream, I would have been like, hey, this is really dumb. I'm just going to leave. Because there's been no indication that this guy's been getting paid for it. He's just doing it to help him. He's doing it to enable his stupidity. After hearing that shit, you'd be like, alright, I think that's a step too far. The fact that you even have to get to that point, which is why I'm not sympathetic. Not that this guy needs any sympathy, but it's good that he's coming forward and saying all these things now, but it doesn't change it in my mind. Like, Legal Mindset's going about this the right way by speaking to him with respect and kindly to get as much information out of him as possible. There's no point in attacking him, obviously he's not going to speak. But if I'm speaking openly and honestly to you guys, just all of them are stupid. All of them. I'm not talking about Legal Mindset. I'm talking about Johnny Somali's entire group. Anybody working under him, dumb. Anybody that's going to work with him, dumb. Anything that happens to him, deserved.
Time zones differences. I'm in the Netherlands, so as you can hear, of course. So there were times I wasn't there. There were times I was there. If he would say that, I would end the stream, because also I didn't want him to get into trouble, of course, because, well, we're all human. I don't like seeing people get in trouble.
Yeah, but yeah, we're all human, and Johnny Somali knows that. The Koreans are also human, right? So if he's going over there doing things to them, then he sort of forfeits his right to anything else. If I come to your house and I start bullshitting all over the place and pissing everyone off and saying things to your mum and saying things to you, yeah, I'm still human, but I've crossed the line at that point. Anything that happens is my fault. I ain't trying to hear no, this is all bullshit as far as I'm concerned.
So I would end the stream, and then I would private this video so no one could grab it or steal it or doing whatever. When he was throwing the ramen on the windows and shit, I was constantly...
What were you saying to him? What were you saying to him in those messages? What were you
Clean
saying?
your shit up. Get a towel. I will only call Hank because he wanted me to call Hank because he was too drunk. And I'm like, I will call Hank for you if you clean that shit up. Don't make that poor store cleric cleaning your stuff up.
Mm-hmm. So you were saying that during the, and that's in fact the instance where he got arrested. In fact, he did get arrested for that, right?
Yeah.
Eventually, and now he's on charges for that one. For that.
Imagine still being his moderator after that. I'm sorry, it might sound like I'm being harsh here, but you see someone doing that dumb shit, you just go, hey, we're not really friends. I'm just a guy on the internet helping you, and you're being an absolute waste man right now. I'm out. Not clean your shit up. He's already done too much at that point. He'd already done too much at that point. There's already been events happening in Korea before that where you're like, hey, this maybe I shouldn't be this guy's moderator. He doesn't need your advice. Johnny Somali don't care about nobody. He even said it on the stream, which I'm sure he listened to. He said, I don't care about anybody. He only cares about himself. So why would you want to be a moderator for somebody that only cares about themselves? Unless these people are all people. They're just, there's psychos. They're anarchists or whatever. They don't care about anything whatsoever. Just seeing destruction. And they're okay with Johnny Somali not caring about them either, as long as they get to see the destruction.
So what did you decide to do after you were leaving? So when you decided to say, okay, I'm going off and I'm leaving, because here's the thing, you could disappear and most people disappear, like, especially on Discord, right? When you're done with a community, you just fucking ghost, you pop smoke, you ghost, and you just go into the internet, and it's the internet, right? No one's going to fucking find you. No one's going to bother you. You could have just said, fuck you, Johnny, I'm out. What made you want to come forward and honestly, to be clear, help, bring Johnny to justice at this point? What made you make that decision to say, okay, I'm not just going to go away. I'm going to actually try to help here.
So what happened is after the conversation, he tried to dox me. He said my IRL name live on stream in his Discord, pictures. They even have my license plate, which is
how did he have that information? How did he get all that information on you?
Because I was texting his mom as well when bad things would happen, etc. So
does his mom know what's going on now?
I hope not, to be honest, but I think she does.
Imagine being his poor mother. I'm assuming that she does not agree with this stuff. Okay, I hope it's not like a Penguin situation, like in the Penguin where the mum's also a bit out there. I really hope that she must be looking at this and going, what did I give birth to? Absolute degeneracy. And this guy was texting his mum. Like, how close did he get to Johnny Somali? This is ridiculous, man. This is so stupid. I have to imagine that this guy is really, really young, because there's no way an adult would look at Johnny Somali's content and be like, yeah, this guy's got potential, and then see him do all the shit he's done and be like, let me talk to him. Let me try to talk. No. Come on, guys, what the fuck, man? What are we doing here? I'm talking directly to this community, man. Like, what is wrong with you guys? There are better things in life than harassing Asian people on trains. You know that, right? There's better things to do than watch a hideous little troll on Rumble or Kick or TikTok or wherever he is harass people in other countries. And you know that you're gonna watch him perish one day. Like, this can only go on for so long. If the law doesn't get him, somebody else is going to. He's, like they said earlier, right? They tried to one-up themselves on these platforms. So if he's gone to Korea, maybe someone's going to try and break into North Korea. And we all know how that's going to go. Maybe they survive North Korea and they're like, hey, do you know what? We're going to go into an active war zone, like right into where they're firing. And you might think that's crazy to say, but these guys are so stupid, I really wouldn't put it past them. Every day I sign on to Twitter and I'm like, wow. I think we're in end times. Every time I sign to Twitter and someone's doing something outrageously stupid and they have no value for their lives. So just, if you have any common sense and you even care about Johnny even remotely, which is, even uttering caring about Johnny out of my mouth makes me want to throw up. But if you do, leave his community, because he's only doing it for the clicks and views. Once that's all gone away, he'll have no one to do it for. And maybe he'll stop. You guys are enabling him. And you're going to watch your fearless leader go through something ungodly on camera. Everyone's going to see it.
That said, if he goes to jail, do you think that would help him or hurt him? I mean, because some people were saying, and I think there's been a discussion that he became worse after his short time in Japan. So if he's just given 4 months or a very, very short period of time, or he's just deported, do you think he would get better or stay worse at this point?
I think he wouldn't change. He would stay exactly the same.
But to me, do you think if he got, let's say, significant time, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years in jail, do you think that might change him?
Maybe for the worse, not for the good.
Maybe for the worse.
That's all the confirmation that we need to throw away the key, like I said. Throw away the damn key. Johnny Somali is a net negative to the planet. There's no good that can come from this guy walking around. Just put him in prison and leave him there. Just leave him there. He's done too much. And I know some people have commented, oh, you can't just throw people in prison. Well, apparently in Korea you can for some of the things he's done. So hopefully they pile on the sentencing. Hopefully they pile it on there as harsh as humanly possible, and that makes an example of Johnny Somali. And I'm sure he'll have a fantastic time in a Korean jail, considering what they've done or what he's done to them out there. I'm all for it. I know some people don't like that stance. I personally don't think it's a slippery slope thing either, because we're not talking about changing legislation or changing laws. We're just talking about Johnny Somali here. If they can get him on anything, I think they should. Whatever amount of time that is, whether it's 6 months or 6 years, whatever you can get, just punish him and continuously keep punishing him until he learns his lesson. And whilst they're doing that to him and he's serving his time, make sure every single social media platform, every single one where you can earn a living, bans him completely. All of them, collectively, in unison.
He had a good, like, he was, if he wouldn't be banned on Kick, he would have been one of the top IRL streamers, and he would have had like an hourly rate on Kick. Like, you get paid per hour per viewer.
The fact that that is a possibility, or that would have been a reality, really goes to show you the level of degeneracy that is occurring over on Kick. Now, we already knew that Kick was a degenerate platform. We already knew that. But the fact that he would have been one of the top streamers, and I believe this guy. Given the things that I've seen over there, yeah, I mean, it's just full of degeneracy over there. And Johnny Somali will probably sit at the top of that degeneracy, so I'm not surprised at all. That is, I don't want to say disheartening, because I know that there's stupid people in the world, but that's just crazy. People parting with their money to give to this clown. And some of them are just doing it to watch him get hurt on stream, or worse. Which is also like, why? Like, just put him in prison for his own good. Do you know, even if they put him in prison, there's probably going to be another one that pops up. There's just so many people that are clout hungry out there. I mean, everybody that is on these platforms, you obviously want people to watch our videos and hear our voices, but I think there's limits to things on what you should be willing to do. Like, I'm not going to whip out my junk on camera to get some views, you know? Like, there should be limits in place. Guidelines don't even mean anything to this guy.
Super Korean asked it for 10. Was he distributing CP on his Discord? That was a rumor going around. He should report it inside the closet with chipper feed first. Not this guy, to be clear, but the douche chart being discussed. What is that? Was that something that was, like, I heard there was a purge, or he was deleting stuff? Like, did you hear about?
I was already out of the Discord by then.
You were out of the Discord.
Yeah, I was out of the Discord.
Did you hear from other people, like a rumor, like, you know?
I heard there was CP on his Discord. I don't know who posted it, of course, because he had a lot of Japanese people in there. He had a lot of Korean people in there as well. I don't know who did it. I would assume maybe people from Korea did it to get him in trouble, because doing that, strike the channel, boom, it's gone.
Possible, right? Possible.
But I don't know for sure. Like,
but
there was a lot of fucked up in the Discord as well.
That's disgusting. I mean, listen, I know that people want to get Johnny Somali taken down, but posting CP, that you have to go through the channels of actually obtaining that content, which is not readily available online. You have to go looking for it in some deep, dark places on the internet. Having it on your computer, then putting it on. I understand that, like, taking Johnny Somali down is like the goal here. I don't know if that's the way you want to go about it. I would highly advise anyone, if you're infiltrating his Discords and you're trying to get him taken down, don't do that, because you're posting the victim, right? Because they're children. You're posting them into a Discord for the means to take down this guy, when he's already said that he doesn't care about age anyway. So you might actually be providing him with content that he might like, potentially, and potentially other people in there. So if just, I mean, you have to listen to me, but like, speak to God or something, man. That's disgusting. That I can only imagine what that Discord looks like. It must be an absolute shit show.
And we've established there was a lot of fucked up people, so it wouldn't be beyond some of the fucked up people that were sending messages like, did you realize those messages in Korean, what they said?
No, I don't speak Korean at all. Like,
right, but nobody decided to translate them or like was laughing in the chat because, did you realize those messages? Some of them said, "I want to fuck children."
I legit had no idea.
You had no idea.
Yeah.
No, I mean obviously at the
I don't know if I believe that. If someone sends a message to me and it's in another language, Google's right there. And usually most of these things have a translate button now. But you can just get it translated straight away. So some people are sending messages in another language. No one's checking it. So what's the job of a moderator in a Discord? And I'm very confused. Doesn't make any sense. It sounds like BS to me.
time, I understand that at the time you don't speak Korean, right? I don't speak Korean fluently either, right? So I wouldn't know what some of the messages said, you know, at a whole, but some of the messages that were being sent were extraordinarily offensive, extraordinarily sexual. And I guess that was the intent of the people that send it, right?
Yeah, they wanted to just like, and it wasn't when it was English messages as well. Like it was like, oh, I'm carrying a bomb, and then you hear like bomb beeping sounds going off and all that stuff. It's just to get him into trouble.
Mm-hmm.
And the issue is he didn't mind it that it was playing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He just allowed it.
Yeah, like you can turn, like it's one button.
Yeah. Let's. My next question was okay. About.
And you think that's funny, like that they tried to shower Johnny Somali's Discord with degeneracy and he enjoyed it. You tried to fight fire with fire, but this guy's such a scumbag that his fire burned too bright in that regard, and he just absorbed it. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think people should go down that route. Johnny Somali is going to stick his foot in his mouth eventually if he's not already done that. You know, we don't know what's happening right at this moment of this recording, but I don't ever do that in anybody's Discord. That is disgusting. Like, you have to imagine there's a poor kid out there that has been exploited, and then you've reposted them for the purpose of, like, for your own nefarious means. I know it's Johnny Somali. I know we all hate him, but that shit is disgusting. If I knew that somebody was doing that, I'd look at them sideways for the rest of their life, even if they were doing it to get rid of him. There has to be better ways than that, guys. Come on.
What job is a 20-year-old who may not even have gone to college or very super young going to have that's making $100 an hour, right?
Yeah.
Like none.
See, now I was under the impression that they weren't making a lot of money. It turns out they are. It pays to be an idiot. You know, like, what's the point in going to university or getting a degree or, like, even that? Like, there's multiple ways to get money. What's the point in going and grafting, learning a trade when you can be an OnlyFans model or just be an idiot in another country? And then you got people online donating to it. And the thing is that, like, I guess it's one of the cons that comes with the advent of streaming, right? Everyone wants to be a streamer and do their thing. That's cool, whatever, you know. There's a new avenue to make money, but it's just crazy to me that there are actually people out there that watch these people and they're like, yeah, this is where I'm going to put my money. I worked my 9 to 5. I'm going to give it to Johnny Somali to watch him be an idiot and essentially line his pockets. No wonder this guy will get punched in the face. This guy will get floored by people, chased around, threatened, thrown in jail, and he continues doing it because the guy's making what did he say, $700 a day. He's making more money than what some people make in their entire month to be an absolute degenerate. No wonder he won't stop. Once again, this is the same argument as the OnlyFans models. Everyone can point the finger at the OnlyFans models, and you know, some of them do some things that are just objectionable, but people are lining their pockets. People are giving them money. So do you look at them or do you look at the people doing it? You know, because if nobody was giving Johnny Somali money and he wasn't monetized, then he wouldn't do it. He's doing it for monetary gain. This is all about money and attention. Maybe the thing is, these people are anonymous, so you can't really there's nothing you can do to them. But I think the social media platforms need to look at this and be like, yeah, no, we're cutting this off. PayPal, GoFundMe, Patreon as well. Cut it all off. You want to be an idiot? No bank accounts for you either. There's good people that are like starving on the streets and stuff that don't have clothes on their back, who, you know, they would kill to have that kind of money. and you got this guy here being donated for acting like an idiot on a train. It's bizarre.
I think a lot of these countries are going to change their laws, and also it seems like they're already enforcing laws differently because of Johnny. And I watched a video earlier on. In my viewers that have seen this I watched about 2 weeks ago of a guy in Japan who he was just a streamer. He had a robot R2D2. He's this old African American teacher in Japan, and he got yelled at, and he said, "Hey, you can't stream here because of Somali."
Yeah,
right.
It's yeah.
And it sucks, but like that's impacting other people, right?
Yeah.
You know, I even think that there was a sign I saw of no alcohol and no foreigners cannot buy alcohol and cigarettes at a particular one location in Seoul. I posted that on Twitter, and I'm like, I think this is the Johnny Somali effect, because they saw this and they're like, hey, and by the way, a lot of people say, well, that's illegal. No, it's actually not. Under Korean law, they can exclude foreigners from doing things. In fact, routinely I'll go to bars and clubs and they'll say you cannot come in because you're a foreigner. You need to be a Korean, and that's not illegal. So
this is what I was trying to explain to people. Even in Japan, there was a couple places that we went to. I'm sure they didn't do it maliciously. Like, we weren't disrespectful to them. We just got up and left. But there's a couple places that we went to, and they said, "Oh, can't come in." It only happened once or twice. And to be fair, we were in the outskirts. Most places we went in Japan were fine. But at the end of the day, I wasn't offended. Some of my friends got offended. I wasn't offended because I understand. Like, I'm paying attention to what is going on. And when you've got people coming over that don't look like you, and you're constantly seeing it from people and foreigners, you start to be like, we just don't want to deal with this shit. We don't want to run the chance that you might also be a scumbag. So it's unfortunate. It's not a widespread thing, but also a lot of the people in my previous journeys, well, not a lot of the people, a couple of people were like, oh, you can't do this and you can't do that. It's not breaking the law. Yes, it is. In these countries, yes, it is. In Korea, I also heard that they can just reject you. This is what happens when you go around messing about people's countries. And I'm sure this is not going to happen all over the place. I've spoken to multiple Korean people since I've been covering these videos. They said that they like having foreigners over there. It's just that these idiots are ruining it for everyone. They don't know who's who, like, it's gotten to the point now where when I go back to Japan, I'm not going to tell anybody that I'm on YouTube. I'm not even going to mention it. My phone's not coming out of my pocket. I don't want them to know, because I know the stigma is negative now because of this idiot. He's ruined it for everyone. So for those of you that were commenting saying, oh, they can't do this and they can't do that, it's not America. It's not the UK. They have different laws in Korea. They can do things differently out there. And that is why Johnny's going to get the book thrown at him, most likely, for things that he would have gotten away with in America, and likely over here in the UK as well.
He's responsible for the actions of his Discord community, right?
Yeah, like he is the influence of his Discord.
So if he told them don't dox anybody, they would stop.
Maybe they wouldn't stop, but then you have the power to ban them.
Right.
Yeah, it's gone too far. That's the problem. Johnny has been such a major influence over these people that now if he tells them to stop, they probably won't listen. They'll probably kick him out of his own Discord. He'll be usurped. It'll be a coup. This is what happens. Like, they've fallen too far into the degeneracy. So now, even if Johnny did decide to turn over a new leaf, which is obviously not going to happen because he's just an absolute scumbag, he would lose total control of his Discord. They would take over and they would not stop. So it's too late.
Did I get Johnny banned on YouTube? Yes, I did.
Okay, so real quick, it was you.
Yeah, I didn't hack his account or anything. The crazy stories that's going on.
It was you that got him banned on YouTube.
Yes, I'm not a hacker. Someone who's still pretty close to him gave me a little stream key. I put it in OBS. I did my thing. This channel is gone.
Okay.
That's great. W. Okay. Pat on the back for that. Still, my opinion hasn't changed on this guy. I know I might be being harsh. I just can't get over someone being a moderator for him for that amount of time. But that's a good thing. Getting Johnny banned on YouTube, fantastic.
Zero-san for 5 says, do you think Johnny will grow up? Do you think his prison will smarten him up, or he's a lost cause?
He's a lost cause.
There you go.
I have told that to multiple people. I know some people come to my streams or they'll come to my YouTube channel and they'll be like, you're being too harsh. He's very young. Give him a chance. I don't know. I think some people have not been around some real like bad people or some serious degenerates. I've been around some real nasty people. And I've seen some people do some horrible things. I didn't go to the best school. And I can tell you, even from young, there were certain people I looked and I was like, this person's done. There's like a 0.0001% chance that they're going to bounce back. But on the way to them bouncing back, the amount of people that are going to be hurt along the way, they're not worth it. So yeah, I stand by what I said. Johnny Somali is a lost cause. They should throw him in prison and throw away the key. The amount of people that have to suffer and the things that he might do on the way to becoming a better person, no. Why should people have to take that? Why does Korea or Japan or wherever else he decides to go have to deal with that so that he can go on his stupid little redemption arc? No, not everybody deserves that level of grace. There will be things that people do in their lives where you're like, okay, you know, you did a bad thing, but you can change. But then they've done it 20 times. You're like, all right, enough is enough. Maybe you will change. I don't care. You've done it too many times. You're out. So yeah, I stand by it. Throw away the key.
Loaded Demigod said Ramsay is lucky he didn't go to Central Asian countries. People don't fuck around. Well, that's what he was saying. He didn't film in Colombia.
No,
it's the same. It's the same shit. He's not going to go to Kazakhstan and do this. He's not going to go to like Iran and do this.
He will not even go to the Netherlands and do this because he's already known here as well. So,
do you think he would try this in any Western country?
No, I think first he's too broke for it at the moment. He can't even afford it.
He's broke.
He doesn't have a lot of money. Like, well, he's stuck in Korea and he can't stream. He has no income. So
was he kind of living paycheck to paycheck off his streaming income? Like, just like that was what was getting him by?
I would say he made good money when he was streaming, but because he was lazy, he wasn't streaming that much. So,
he's not even committed to his scumbaggery. He's lazy and now he's broke in Korea. Just leave him there. Just leave him. Just leave him. Do you know what? Just that they've cut him off everywhere. He's cut off on Kick. He's cut off on YouTube. Can't go on Twitch. I think his TikTok's been banned. Instagram's been banned. He keeps on making new accounts, but they're not getting a following. Just leave him now. And I would say take away his phone and do a nationwide announcement. Do not sell phones to Johnny Somali. And anybody found selling a phone to him, if we trace it back to you, you'll get the same amount of prison time we're going to get to him. Just go full balls to the wall with it. Just completely cut off everything. Let him learn his lesson. Okay, so there's not much more in there that's relevant. I went through it, had a look around. There's not too much more in there to cover. So the Johnny Somali situation is still ongoing. There's been things that have come out about him. There's things I've seen on TikTok and Instagram. There's people playing recordings of him having intercourse with a lady boy. There's videos of him harassing people again. There's videos of him going over to, well, allegedly trying to get over to North Korea. It was fake, obviously. Videos of him being disrespectful in public again. Videos of him saying that he's going to do worse to the comfort women. He's not going to stop. I don't know when this is going to end. Apparently his court hearing is this month, so it'll be interesting to see what Korea does with him. Honestly speaking, I'm not even saying this for YouTube or to be funny. I hope that he gets put in prison, and I hope he gets put away for a long time so that it has a ripple effect in this community where they're going over to Asia, because they said it's cheap and safe. So it would make sense that they want to go over there. And hopefully over time, whilst Johnny Somali is locked away, it will heal the wounds that were inflicted by him, so that if other YouTubers do go over there to do harmless content, you know. Because when I went to Japan, we met some people in Kamakura, and it was mutual. Like we got on with them. It was this nice shop that we went to, and just for context, if you are a retro gaming fan, in Kamakura town, there's a shop called B-Kamakura. So their Instagram page is b.dash.kamakura. And we were apparently one of their first customers, and they were so nice, and we took pictures of them. I never got around to like doing a video, unfortunately, but that's just a little shout out for them if they ever see this video. But yeah, it just sucks what's happened altogether. I really hope Korea does something about this guy, and I hope that it serves as a lesson to other streamers to not do this thing, and I hope that other Asian countries also adopt that, because if it is cheap and it's safe to go over there, then you can bet your bottom dollar that there will be Johnny Somali copycats, and they'll go out there and they will try to emulate what he's done. So yeah, that's all I really want to say about that, guys. I will keep up with this. I guess we're really going to find out what happens, and then I'll do a proper video on it following the court hearing. Hopefully Korea does the right thing. If they don't and he leaves Korea and he goes to another country, it's just going to be more of the same until either the public take control of the situation or the law actually decides to take him down. So you guys let me know what you think in the comment section. I'll catch you guys very soon. Take care and peace.